What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. Currently in my morning commute here to the office. You know, got my briefcase, got a little Mountain Dew Major Melon here, you know, in case I need a little pick-me-up in the middle of the day. I haven't quite graduated to the like mini keg, 2-gallon big gulp, sit at a desk all day person, but we're walking our way out here to the excavator. Kind of regret not parking it down by the house right now. Today it is a warm one, let me tell you guys, but I'm very excited today. We'll throw the drone in here, start our water bottle collection behind the seat. Get the excavator fired up. So today's gonna mark one of the first big renovations we're doing over here at Ryno Ranch. Up to now, it's been either replacing stuff, obviously after the fire, or it's been fixing things, or just kind of changing minor things. Like we ran all the water to all the animal stalls and stuff like that. But now that we've kind of got everything to where it's like operating smoothly and flowing smoothly, now's when we can start taking on the new projects. And that's the stuff I'm like super pumped on. So we're gonna take the Mini X down to our front of our property over there, and that's where we're gonna be working on the new gate to Ryno Ranch. We've got Papa Ryno running around somewhere here in the golf cart with a weed whacker. Able to pop you down there at the gate, and we'll give you guys kind of the rundown and show you the big plans for the new entrance to Ryno Ranch. Before we head down there, we're gonna grab one little piece of corral fencing here because there's still one section that we have to fence off to keep the animals from getting out now that we're tearing down the fence on the front part of the property. We'll let the Mini X do the heavy lifting for us. All right, we got Abel grabbing this little piece to kind of splice it in there. Papa Ryno's over here having issues with the weed whacker apparently. Nothing more exciting than weed whacking weeds along a fence line all day long. So you can see a bunch of orange markings on the ground right here, and I'm gonna go over those in a second. I actually think I'm gonna throw the drone up in the air because it'll give you guys kind of a better idea here. But first things first, we're gonna pull out all these 4x4s that are stuck in the ground because this whole section of fence is going bye-bye. Typically, we'd wrap a chain around them, but I just wanna see if the thumb attachment here doesn't completely obliterate them. That one felt like it broke off. Maybe not, maybe not. There we go. Let's get the next one. A lot of these old 4x are old and they kind of get destroyed just like that. So the chain might be the ticket here. Come on, baby. Come on, give it a little wiggle. Give it a little wiggle. We almost had it. There we go. All right, that one's out. Come to me. You broke off a little bit. That's all right. We're grading this area out anyway. We'll come back for the ones that we miss. This stuff's like gold right now. I could probably sell this and pay for my whole gate. While we're here, we might as well yank this big old bush out. Now, if you guys have watched the channel for any period of time, you guys have seen us pulling in and out of the entrance here to Ryno Ranch. Now, the problem with this current entrance is, and albeit it's cool, it's nice, they did nice stone coming up to it and these little walls going around it. This entrance isn't very wide, and as you can see from the road that I'm on, trying to swing big trailers into here, even James's Super 10 dump trucks, like they don't want to make this turn. The walls definitely don't help, but all in all, this entrance just isn't wide enough. And then, again, if you guys have been watching for any period of time, you've seen the issues that we've been having with this gate setup. Obviously, all the wood that's around here, it's just been here forever, so the wood is all kind of rotting away. You guys can see, I mean, how this 4x is even still holding anything in it, I have no idea. And then our Texas gate, which is right there, ended up eventually failing on us, so we put up this temporary corral fence gate that me and Dedick built. So, albeit this entrance has served its purpose for, I'm assuming this has been here original for 40 years, it's time to upgrade. It's time to go something kind of more grand and more on par and on scale with the actual giantness of the property. And well, that's just what we're gonna do. Now, dimension wise on this old gate, I'm not really sure. Let's walk it out here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 17, 18, 19, 20, we'll call it about 21-ish, and that's at the widest portion of this approach. You see how it kind of flares out just a little bit once you get past these walls. Now on the new entrance, we're going to be doubling that on the approach, and you guys can see kind of our orange marks that we have laid out on the ground right here. From that orange mark to that orange mark is going to be the new approach, and that is 40 foot wide as opposed to 20 foot wide old entrance. Now, we got a couple factors and a couple things we're gonna have to deal with. If you guys can see the way that the property pitches here, the road kind of drains this way, and then the property being higher up kind of drains into this little swell here. If you look at the original entrance to Ryno Ranch, they've got I'd say about I don't know, 8-inch, maybe 10-inch culvert pipe that runs up underneath the driveway here. And it works decently well, as long as this side doesn't end up getting clogged up, which you can see the pine cones and stuff that fall down from this tree end up clogging it up a little bit. But we're gonna actually size it up. So for the new entrance, we're gonna be going with a 12-inch culvert pipe, which you guys saw us purchased the other day. It's actually sitting on my trailer still. So we're gonna basically keep the elevation the same down below, because I don't want to dig down deeper and then we have like a weird waterfall effect to get into the drain or anything like that. So we're gonna keep where the water naturally wants to go, and we're just essentially gonna put in the pipe to allow the water to pass freely up underneath our driveway. The concrete is gonna kind of, you'll see these marks are 40 feet, but basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the concrete at about here, and we're gonna kind of taper it in. I wanna make this look as like residential as I can. I know I'm out in the country, but there's something really nice about pavement and concrete and sidewalk. So I'm gonna try and give this kind of that feel, but not really. So once we get our drain pipe in, we're then going to grade down, because obviously we don't want a giant steep approach into the driveway. My dovetail on my trailer will not like that, and I don't want to tear up all my brand new concrete by dragging my dovetail on it. So we're kind of gonna grade down, taper down as we go. Just imagine our 40-foot entrance right here. Then you're gonna come up in, and here's one side of the driveway, so the other side's gonna be all the way over there. There's a halfway point there. If you see where about that trailer is, that's about the full width of the driveway here. Then about this point, we haven't really marked it on the ground yet, it's gonna widen out. And the reason it's gonna widen out is we got 40-foot opening at the street, but basically where our gate setup is gonna be, it's gonna end up being 60 feet wide. We're gonna have a nice radius in the concrete here, which is going to meet up to what you'll see here. It's going to be one 4-foot by 4-foot block column, which is gonna come, we haven't really decided our heights yet. There's gonna be block column, and then you're gonna see the entrance gate to Ryno Ranch, which is 16 feet wide right here. So we're gonna do two 8-foot wide double swinging gates here to another block column, which is this square right here on the ground. Then we're gonna have a wall in between those two, just an 8-inch block wall. Another 4-foot by 4-foot by, we haven't figured out the height yet, column. And then, because we decided we're gonna be as bougie as we can be, we're not just gonna have one gate for entrance and exit. We're gonna have an entrance gate, and then we're gonna have an exit gate. So behind me here is the 16-foot, 8-foot again, double swinging exit gate, capped off by another 4-foot by 4-foot column. And then here's where things get a little bit interesting. You might notice this big square right here. This is an 8-foot by 8-foot square. And what we're putting in here is we're gonna be putting in a guard shack. I kind of want it to look like I want people driving by to be like, does a drug dealer live there? What's going on with that property? So we're gonna have a 8-foot by 8-foot guard shack up in front of the gates here. And I don't know, I just think it's gonna be cool. I think it's really gonna, like I said, kind of have the grandiose scale that we need on a property this big. A lot of people out here have an entrance gate. I don't know anybody that has an entrance and an exit. And I sure as heck haven't seen any that have a guard shack. Now let me give you guys a little rundown of kind of the plan, and don't laugh when you see this. I was legit sitting at the warehouse and we talked about building a gate, and I'm like, you know what, give me a piece of paper. I'm gonna draw something up real quick, and that's kind of ended up being the plan we're going with. Now mind you, this isn't exactly to scale. I actually did draw one up on the computer that actually gave me the dimensions we're using today, but just for a quick little rundown here, our entrance isn't quite gonna be as curved as you're seeing here. It's gonna be probably about there and curve out just a little bit. Again, we've got our entrance, we've got our exit. I don't necessarily know if they're gonna say Ryno Ranch on the gate. Gate design is still something we're going over. I think me and Dave are gonna end up building these gates, so that should be rad. And then of course, we got our guard shack, because we're gonna extra bougie this up. So the guard shack's gonna be there in the middle, your columns, and then this one right here. This is something that I've been wanting to do personally at one of my houses. And all my Texas subscribers are probably gonna cringe right now, but every In-N-Out you go to, well, just about every In-N-Out you go to has palm trees that they've crossed in an X. And I'm dying to have In-N-Out palm trees at a house. Don't ask why, I don't know why, but I'm hopefully finally gonna end up with my In-N-Out palm trees there. And then of course we got some planters that's gonna go behind the guard shack. Again, everything's kind of not really to scale here. Planter's gonna end up being a little bit smaller on both sides. So right now we got Abel and Poppy over here, getting some of the big bushes that were out of the way here, making great use of this here trailer on the golf cart. There's a dump trailer in our very, very, very near future. So we made it over to James's house. Obviously, we're gonna be hogging out some dirt today, so we need a skid steer. Again, James is the go-to guy. If any of you guys are in town, you need to rent some equipment, James is the guy to go to. He's loading the brush cutter up on it right there. I think y'all can see that. We're gonna take the brush cutter over because we also eventually, hopefully today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, we're gonna mow the entire front field of our property. Actually, Papa Ryno's real excited about that, so we're gonna let him sit there and do that all day. Yeah, we got the brush cutter on right now. James is gonna use one of his other skid steers to load a bucket into the back of his Super 10, and then he's actually gonna go get us a load of gravel today too. So, I got a lot of stuff here this afternoon. To all you guys that say I need to tint my excavator, I like the way machines look tinted. I think they look super, super cool. But for some reason, like this one, you can see the windows, the two side windows are tinted, but I just feel like boxed in. If you've ever driven a truck with limo tint, like I just feel like I'm boxed in. I mean, maybe that's my own issue amongst the millions of issues that I have, but it's nice because it keeps you cool. I just don't like feeling boxed in. Well, we were on our way to the house, but Papa Ryno gave me a call. He went to go explore some other properties, and he took the golf cart. Well, apparently the golf cart battery is dead. So we're gonna pick him up and drag him back with a 299. Good time for the backup camera here. Did you check for that wire? There's a little wire that sometimes comes undone. Nah, it's plugged in. You're good. All right, we'll hook this up on the front. At least we got the camera to check on him there as we drag him back. There's James in the Super 10. This is why we always carry a tow rope in the golf cart. This ain't the first time the batteries have died. Man, look at the convoy we got going on back there though. This is a good looking convoy. 299, golf cart, Super 10, Peterbilt. Well, the golf cart made it back. We've dropped off the brush cutter. Now we're gonna grab the bucket out of James' truck. Oh, cool. She's stuck. Oh, there it goes. Perfect. All right, that's not happening. So far so good. I honestly didn't even think we'd start like digging this much today. You guys can kind of see the driveway, about the 40-foot marks about there, and we decided we're gonna kind of have some wings coming off here, so it'd be like a real approach as you would see in a residential neighborhood. You can kind of see the elevation change there. We're about halfway done here. Quite honestly, I'm cutting the grade right now by eye. It's rough grade-ish. It's actually turning out pretty decent though. I don't want it too steep. I don't want my tail dragging on my trailer or anything like that, so I think it's gonna end up working out pretty good. You'll see there's some paint marks about right there and there. So that's a benchmark, basically keeping us not level with the road. We got a 2% fall from there. So basically it's gonna come up a little bit and then it's gonna gradually go into the driveway there. That way any water that wants to wash up against it isn't gonna obviously go up the driveway. And right now you're about to see why we're widening the driveway. Already. Yeah, right? So getting in and out of here for big trucks, trucks with trailers, whatever, it ain't fun. So that's numero uno reason why we're widening this driveway. But James got us a full load right now, 3/4 gravel, and we're gonna, like I said, encase that around our drainage pipe, and then decided to go with the full load. That way it was actually worth his time to go pick it up for us, because our driveway's getting a little thin here. So in the meantime, we'll just spread the rest. James is the master of maneuvering this big old rig here. And just like that, we got gravel. Now, I don't care if state State Farm has trademarked this or not, but when they say like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. It's like a good neighbor, James is there. We got his water trailer he's bringing over because again, this far out, we don't have water out here yet. Eventually, we're gonna run irrigation lines out here because there's gonna be some landscaping and stuff that's gonna be going on in the new gate area. So we will be having water out here with spigots and all that, but until then, again, you can see how dry everything is, and we're gonna be doing some brush cutting tomorrow, so I wanna make sure we got a water source nearby just in case something sparks or whatever, you know. It's better safe than sorry. We've seen how devastating fires can be, so we're not gonna play any games out here. We're actually making out pretty good though. You can see the pile of dirt over there that we've been hogging out ain't that big. You know, we're not doing a whole lot of grade changes. Again, really, we're just trying to get a nice gentle slope. I don't want a big belly in the center here because I don't want to be bottoming out trailers or anything like that.
Papi, ¿eso es no problema for you? Todo el día? You know, que es mejor aquí, papi. You like it on your face?
Sí.
Okay, that's all you, buddy. That's all you.
I don't know how he does it. We watch him do it all day long. All right, so this is about as far as we're getting for the day here.
We're gonna kind of grade this out. We're gonna fill in the little drainage swell down there for now.
Compact everything in, and then I'm gonna come back in and dig a cleaner trench with the Mini X, lay our gravel down that James brought us today, and then lay our pipes in there. We ended up deciding we're gonna need a lot more pipe because we're gonna try and basically make that whole drainage area underground. It'll make more sense once we do it, but in case you guys are wondering why we're not using the old entrance or why we're not basically pulling the old entrance out and putting the new one here, is you guys can see this telephone box right here. Well, we've got another one right there if you guys can see it, and we barely have 40 feet in between the two. Plus, if I had to guess, we know for a fact all the telephone lines are running on that side of the street, but if I had to guess, at some point they shot straight across here and then probably went under the driveway to that one. So I don't even want to mess with any of that. I don't want to deal with there being any wires or anything like that that we're going to rip up. So we're avoiding this area, and there's a chance I'm going to kind of keep this entrance as, we're going to call it a service entrance. So the trash truck can still come in this way. If we're bringing concrete trucks in here or whatever it may be, they can come in this way. But this entrance will be our big, nice entrance, and we don't want that getting torn up over the years. So we're probably going to keep this in some form or fashion. I don't know if the gate's going to stay. We're going to dress it up though, and then we'll probably knock out the two walls that go around it. That way people can make easier turns. And then we don't have a dedicated outlet out at the edge of the property here, so got a generator out here just to charge the battery on the drone, and the generator ended up running out of gas halfway through charging the drone. So it's been a fun day here, keeping batteries charged, trying to get content for you guys. But take a second here to appreciate the full width there of the new entrance. This thing's gonna be absolutely awesome. And again, the gate's gonna be way back here, so you got plenty of room to turn off the street. You're not waiting halfway hanging out on the street if you have a trailer while you wait for the gates to open, saying you're not blocking the road or anything like that. I think it's just gonna kind of really class the place up and just have that like big, beautiful, awesome entrance. But we're getting a little old school and inefficient with it here. I don't have a big 3-inch hose to come off of our tank up there from our well, so we're currently running 3/4 inch garden hose to fill up James's trailer. Let's see how we're looking. Oh jeez, okay, we got this. Okay, we don't got this. So yeah, we got a ways to go. And again, I'm not gonna fill this trailer completely up. I think we guesstimate this thing to be about 14,000 pounds loaded. I'm gonna be dragging it around here with my single cab. I don't feel like killing that thing. So I think about halfway ought to do just fine. That's enough water for what we're doing down there. And then if we need to refill it a little bit, we can refill it. We're gonna, again, keep it on standby tomorrow when we're brush cutting the field. Now I get to hike all the way back down to where we were working and grab the single cab. We'll lock up our temporary fence entrance here so none of the animals get out. Now this truck has been awesome. If you guys know, I have battery issues on a lot of my trucks. Not so much battery issues, but I have a lot of accessory stuff that we put on them, and sometimes some of them have small current draw. So if your truck sits for a week or so, your battery's dead. Well, on this truck, I had Sergio install a low voltage cutoff. So what that does is the battery gets to a certain voltage and it automatically kills any power to any accessory thing that we've installed on the truck. But the plan is it leaves enough power that you can still start your truck. So being that this truck has the Phoenix controller you'll see right now, like it won't turn on because the voltage is so low from starting the truck that, oh, there we go. All right, now our voltage is up. that controller, you know, you can leave it on and the lights stay on, but the low voltage cutoff will actually shut that thing off once the voltage gets to a certain level. And that's also good to have because you guys remember I put a LED strip in the toolbox, so if you ever leave your toolbox open during the day or night or whatever, eventually that low voltage cutoff will kick in and it'll save your battery so you have enough to start and still make it home. Now, James was nice enough to leave us his pintle hitch, so get this booger put on right now. Even left us a pin. Nice guy. I hope there's enough adjustment in this trailer to get it up another foot. We're gonna find out, and I think this one's actually a pain in the butt to turn. We might be grabbing the Mini X and lifting this up. If I get to the top of this thing and it's not high enough, I'm gonna be pissed. We're grabbing the Mini X. Now we get to undo all those cranks on the drop leg there because obviously it's gonna rub on the ground, so now we gotta get back up. Electric or hydraulic drop legs, that's where it's at. This trailer isn't bad at all, but it's eventually gonna end up getting an electric drop leg. It's a lot easier this way. Let's see how we're looking on water now. What's weird is I can actually see it better on camera than I can in person. That's how good this camera is. But I think my goal is to go about halfway on each tank. So obviously you can see there's two hatches here. These are two separate tanks. And if you guys watched the videos of when this ranch caught on fire, you will remember this trailer. James was gracious enough, with knowing me for all of like a day, to let us borrow this trailer. We ran around the property, put out hot spots, as well as we were able to get fresh water for our animals out of this thing because our whole well was down and we were slowly depleting what we had left in our water tank up there. But I think we're about right there. Or I guess we could dip the tank. Let's see. I should probably use the stick so I could see. No. Okay, we are way lower than I thought. That's how much we got in there. Guess my knocking skills aren't quite where they used to be. Okay, well, I've been inside for a little while there. Let's check an update. We've got to be close enough to where I'm gonna call it quits on tank 1. I'm gonna not guess from up here because I'm not good at that, but we're gonna say maybe halfway on this tank, so we'll go to fill in the rear tank here. Hey, this one's got some water in it already.
We got the pups out here supervising. How you guys going on a mission? All right, see you guys later.
So, might have got a little distracted. Let it go a little long there, but you can see this back tank's almost full. Gonna have some wait for the old single cab here. Let's get the water shut off. Whoops. And again, there's a good chance this might tow just fine, but we're gonna find out right now. She feels heavy. And the single cab doesn't have, I mean, it has a trailer brake controller, but it's not wired up or hooked up, or something's not quite right with it. So we're gonna not go down this steep incline right here. Or maybe we can. I don't want to get the trailer stuck on it. Oh no, this is a good idea. Slow and steady. We're gonna go slow and steady. So far, so good. Oh, the trailer just clears. Oh, there's no stopping it. There's no stopping it. All right, yeah. That thing definitely just pushed us down that hill. But we know the truck will pull the trailer. The truck won't stop the trailer. Well, you guys probably heard that sound there. We're kind of in a conundrum. So I don't know if that was a drive shaft that just popped, the transmission just went, I don't know. But when I go to put it in park, well, you can hear it kind of stutter there. But park's not really park anymore. I just shifted the truck in reverse. I was gonna try and back the trailer up a little bit, but that didn't really work. And the parking brake on this truck doesn't really work. So here's my conundrum. I can't stop the truck from rolling right now. I don't have a wheel chock. I don't know. Oh, what a day, guys. I legit, like, if I let off the brake, the truck keeps rolling. Parking brake's doing nothing. Truck's allegedly in park. Doesn't sound good. All right, the truck's barely rolling. Let's see if we got something we can wedge up under the tire. Oh, jeez. Okay, wait, never mind. Truck's rolling fast. Truck's rolling fast. Oh, man. Like, I don't have anything in here I can wedge against the tire. All the lumber's back over there. There ain't no way I'm letting this truck just take off in this field. Like being held hostage right now by my truck. I'm gonna take a second here to say I think we put a little too much water in her. We're gonna try and angle her at this hill right here. Starts to slope uphill a little bit. All right, is that uphill enough? Okay, we're not moving. We're not moving. Still gonna chalk the crap out of these wheels. There we go. The old trailer hitch will work for now. Oh yeah, that's the drive shaft. All right, well, hey, could be worse. Hopefully it's just the drive shaft. Oh, well, there's the drive shaft. All right, that's fun. Guess we gotta make a couple phone calls. To everybody that says OBSs are great tow rigs, I'm still not convinced. All right, guys, well, we switched over to GoPro mode here. I need 2 hands to run these hoses out. So let's start running hoses. You stay there. Also, totally brought the wrong end over here. All right, this end goes back over this way. This end goes over here. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. All right, water's still on. Water is still on. Oh, the valve's broken. Well, that makes sense. I now see why the front tank wasn't used. This should be interesting. I'm glad I'm wearing a GoPro and they're waterproof. Let's see what happens. All right, we got it. We're good, guys. We're good. I don't know where the GoPro's pointing, but there's shut-off valves underneath each one of these tanks. You can see that one's even kind of chewed up, but this one has seen better days, apparently. All right, there we go. Let's run this one out. All right, tight squeeze. Oh, tight squeeze. We got it. All right, well, it looks like we got just the right amount of hose here, actually. And I just regret not bringing the nozzle with me right now, because now I got to walk back, grab the nozzle, put it on, then go fire it up. All right, we've got our nozzle. All right, she functions. She functions. On. Where are we at? Can't tell which way is the throttle. All right, I hear the water making its way out. Hopefully I put the throttle up enough. I don't need to run full throttle right now. We don't need a ton of water. Do we have water? Oh, we got water. All right. She's looking good too. Oh yeah. All right, y'all, she is looking pretty good, pretty well saturated here. Hopefully this soaks in overnight. If not, well, we tried. All right, well, we'll go get the pump shut off over here. Look at that beautiful sunset shot though, even though my truck's broken, but still looks great in the sunset. Might have to grab an Instagram pic there. All right, pump is turned off. Hopefully she don't leak out overnight. She's probably gonna leak out overnight. I didn't really think this through. But we're gonna pull the nozzle off of here, bleed out the pressure, pull the hose off. And we're gonna get wet again here. Let's be quick. Oh, come on. Oh geez. Oh geez. All right. All right. There we go. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy guy. Easy guy. Easy guy. All right. All right, old girl. You're sleeping out in the field tonight. Hopefully we get Zach over here in the morning. We get that drive shaft put back on. Hopefully this thing don't decide to roll anywhere anymore. I think we're good. I wasn't joking when I told you guys this thing was heavy. Zach took a look at the pictures and he's like, yeah, whoever put that drive shaft on didn't do a good job. So that's probably what our issue was. Regardless, super stoked on the progress we're making over here. I want this to be the entrance of entrances and just look like it's fitting for a property this beautiful. And I think we're gonna pull that off. I want people to drive by and be like, man, the drug dealer live there or something. So we're affectionately gonna call this my drug dealer entrance. It's a good thing we got fair weather tonight, you know. I'm contemplating bringing the blanket out for the old girl. Just can't stand seeing her out in the field like that. Also really hoping that trailer hitch I threw as a wheel chock is good enough. But with that, guys, we're gonna wrap up as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that way you do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforitapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.